Good evening, everyone. Chip Cooper for FTC Guardian and my partner, Alan Cutts. We're here at the second and last Hangout for the month of August 2019. And the summer, as I keep pointing out every month as we go through the summer, we're running out of summer, it seems like, and heading not into the fall yet, but we're getting close. We'll have a big weekend coming up in about 2 weeks, the Labor Day weekend. And, it's gotten so now, I'm a college football fan. It's gotten so now that college football leading up to and during the Labor Day weekend, and then even spilling over a little bit into Monday, has gotten to be so much of a big deal for the beginning of college football season that it's almost bigger than New Year's Day used to be back, years ago. So, if you're a college football fan, you know that it's just around the corner and everybody's excited because right now everybody's undefeated, right?
Yeah.
So we're all looking forward to it. We'll see what happens. So, Alan, what have you been up to lately?
Before I say anything, I want to. Can everybody just give me a quick hi online that you can see us, that you can see our screen? Can you let me know that you are there? I see a bunch of people, but I don't see anybody chatting yet. Or maybe I don't have the chat thing on. Let me look and see. No, I got chat turned on. Can you see us and hear us? Okay, good. All right, good. We've got people chatting in now. All right, cool. Thank you. I just needed to know that people could hear us and see us. Okay, so I just got back from Marfa, Texas. My father passed away a year ago this past Sunday, and one of his wishes was to have his ashes laid to rest basically out there in West Texas. And so my brother and his wife and my mother and me and my wife, we all went out to Marfa, Texas. And, we made a little bit of a vacation, a little bit of a family trip. We went up to McDonald Observatory and did all the stuff up there. It was gorgeous. And then spread my dad's ashes out there in the West Texas. And it was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just if you haven't been to West Texas, it's just one of those places that you just have to go to. If you want to see vast amounts of nothing, when you see something, I'll give you an example. My wife and I were driving back to El Paso to catch our flight. We didn't get home until yesterday, but we were driving to El Paso on Sunday. And we take out of El Paso, you take I-10 to a city called Van Buren. It's a town, a little tiny town called Van Buren. And then you take a right in Van Buren to go to Marfa. Well, my wife and I are driving, and I see a sign that says Van Buren, and it's starting to get dusk a little bit. Van Buren, 10 miles. I could see it from there.
10 miles
I could
away.
see the water tower. I could see I-10, the highway. It was 10 miles away, and I could see it. And you can see mountains 30, 40, 50 miles away. I mean, it's just like that. You
Being on the ocean. You
can see for absolutely everywhere. My first experience going out, because we were driving late in the night to drive over there, and you'd see a car. I had a big pickup. I rented a big pickup, and I'm driving towards Marfa, and I had my lights on bright because there's nobody on the highway. I mean, you could drive in West Texas for 40, 50, 60 miles and see 5, 6, 7 cars total. And the speed limit's 80 miles an hour. So you're hauling, right? I would see a car coming at me and I would dim my lights and realize, oh, I don't need to dim them. I mean, they would be 40 miles away, but I could still see their headlights. So I dim my lights and, wait. It's like, oh, wow, we got a ways to go. So I'd put my lights back on high again. But literally, I mean, we drove 40 miles and you'd see 6 or 7 cars total at 80 miles an hour. So it's a cool place. If you ever have the opportunity, it's a neat place to really visit and take in. So that's what I've been doing. It's been busy. I just got back last night, so it's been been busy since last Wednesday. So back over to you, Chip.
All right, so let's get started. You can see the title slide here. It's all about free offers. And this is one of the pithy points you might take away. According to the FTC, if you say it's free, you'd better not charge for it. Obviously, that's common sense, right? So we'll get into some more meaty takeaways here in just a minute. First of all, there's a housekeeping announcement. The presentation is for informational purposes only. It is not legal advice, and we are not affiliated with the Federal Trade Commission here. So we're starting, a lot of times recently I've been starting with this slide because I want you to be very familiar with this FTC materially misleading standard, and it's all about misleading claims, ad claims, and we're talking about ad claims in this presentation that involve the word free in some respect. So a misleading claim contains a statement or omits information that's likely to mislead a significant minority of reasonable consumers and is material to their decision to act. And context matters because we have to substantiate the net impression. So here we're talking about offers that could be misleading that do involve the word free. So that's it. That's a quick review. And I'm going to start off with this particular case, which is a very recent case, 2018 case involving the use of the word free. But I'm going to sort of apologize to you because this case involved a scam. And we typically do not choose cases to discuss in Hangouts where there's been a scam because we know that you guys don't do that, right? We try to choose cases to discuss that have some teaching points, something that's relevant to people who are trying to do it the right way. But I did have an important reason to present this case against A1 Janitorial Supply, right? And here's the scam. So we're not going to dwell on it. You can see underlined at the lower part of that slide, defendants actually sell office and cleaning supplies. That's at the top of the slide. But then below, this is the scam. Defendants call consumers purporting to offer a free sample of their office cleaning supplies, but then they simply bill the consumers for the sample after shipping it. So they say it's free, but then they ship it and charge for it. And I guess they're relying on a company large enough for there to be a disconnect between somebody who bought something and somebody who's receiving it and getting an invoice and it's not going to check to see if it really was asked, that sort of thing. So there's really no educational value here for our purposes regarding this free offer. However, there is an educational point to be made that I think is very significant. And that is, what is the definition of consumers? We know from all of our basic training here, as well as a lot of other material, including past Hangouts, that the FTC is the preeminent regulatory body protecting consumers. And we all understand that consumers would be individual people like us, also people who work at home. I think we generally assume that they're going to be consumers as well. But if you look at this description here that was taken from the complaint by the Federal Trade Commission, consumers were also defined to include small businesses, hotels, municipalities, and charitable organizations. So the big takeaway here is not something regarding a free offer, but it's something regarding the scope of what a consumer really is. And I know that we've had some questions in the past where somebody might say, well, I'm really not regulated by the Federal Trade Commission because I sell B2B, meaning business to business. Well, in this particular situation, if your business is selling to small businesses, hotels, municipalities, and charitable organizations, you're selling to consumers. So that's really a teachable point, not involving a free offer, but involving the scope of what a consumer really is. And you can see from this result, the FTC really socked it to them because there were scammers, $2.7 million, jointly and severally liable, personal liability, all that sort of thing, 10-year record-keeping requirement. And there's also another case that's very consistent with this one, also involving office supplies. And we use this case a lot in some of our webinars, FTC versus Liberty Supply, 2017 case. They misrepresented pricing and invoicing terms and were nailed for $4.5 million plus, right? But the key takeaway here for our purposes is the Liberty Supply was selling to consumers, and you see in red at the bottom of the slide there, consumers were held to be, according to the Federal Trade Commission, churches, schools, and small businesses. So you need to really understand here that if you're selling to those types of consumers, that you will definitely be regulated by the Federal Trade Commission. It's not just individuals and people who work at home, it's small businesses as well. Now, if we go back to 2014, there is a classic case involving free offers, and that case involved Acquinity Interactive. And here, there was some deception here, but the offers were test a new iPad for free, or there's a free $1,000 Walmart gift card. But it really wasn't free according to the FTC, right? One of the chief problems was that, as you can see from the slide number of the bullet number 3, some of these offers required a consumer to give up their personal information, phone numbers, credit card information, income, credit scores, home ownership, that Acquinity then used to market. So it really wasn't free. We know that personal information is really worth something these days. In fact, there's a famous quote, I think, in a magazine 3 or 4 years ago, personal data is the new oil, right? It's very valuable. So clearly something of value was given up. It was not free. So another situation involved the last bullet there. Some of these offers required the spending of certain money in order to qualify. So it really wasn't free. But another major point here to be made is in red at the lower right of this slide. There were some disclaimers and disclosures involved by Acquinity that tended to explain that some things really weren't quite free, even though they were advertised as free. And the FTC said that these disclaimers and disclosures were not conspicuous. And you know from past Hangouts that if we're making a disclosure qualifying an ad claim, any type of ad claim, that the disclosure can't be hidden somewhere in the fine print or on the reverse side of the package, that sort of thing. If it's on a product package, it's got to be conspicuous. So the FTC said some of these explanations in the form of disclaimers and disclosures were not conspicuous, involving type, style, size, and location of the type. So here is a legitimate free case. And here is what happened. Obviously, they were nailed $7,800, permanently banned from all their activities they were doing. So this sort of concludes the case of Acquinity Interactive. But one of the real purposes of this particular Hangout is to indicate that there is an FTC guide, and you can see it's taken from the Code of Federal Regulations, and you see the name of it here, Guide Concerning Use of the Word Free. So as we indicated in the last Hangout at the first part of this month, we were talking about a guide by the FTC regarding weight loss claims, specifically a guide about the 7 gut-wrenching claims. And so now we're providing you with another guide, this time involving the word free. Also, similar to the first Hangout of the month, there's going to be a copy. Yeah. Yes?
Hey, what slide are you on? What does your slide say?
It's talking about the title, the guide.
Okay, so this one, the slide that I see and everybody's seen is Acquinity Interactive.
This slide right here. Well, I'm going to go back to the slide where I am now, and I'm going to wait for you until you see it.
Okay, I see Acquinity Interactive.
Well, I'm 2 slides ahead of you.
Yeah, that's the one there. Okay, now it says Guide Concerns. Guide Concerns use of the word free.
You also see copy with replay video.
Yep.
All right, so if you were involved in our Hangout at the first part of the month, you know that we were talking about weight loss claims. The FTC has a guide about that, and we have a new feature that we've added to Hangouts, which is whenever there's a document that is important for you to supplement the Hangout we now have a way to attach it essentially to the video, and you can then download it. And the same is the case here. So I'm going to give you some of the highlights of this particular guide, and then when you log into the video replay tomorrow sometime, you can download the actual guide itself. So we're talking about the guide regarding free offers. That's what we're talking about here. And we're talking about basically these 4 bullets: free, buy one, get one free, 2 for 1 sale, 50% off with a purchase of 2. So there are a lot of different ways that you can use the word free. And these are some of them, and this is what we're going to be talking about. So here we go. The meaning of the word free when we're involved in a buy one, get one offer, sometimes referred to as a BOGO, B-O-G-O, buy one, get one. And if you look at the yellow text in the middle there, the second bullet, that's really the essence of it. The consumer is paying nothing for the free article and no more than the regular price for the other, right? So what we want to be sure, according to the FTC, is that the regular priced item is not overpriced in order to make up for the free offer or partially make up for the free offer that's being given. So in a BOGO offer, the price that you're paying for the one offer, the buy one price, has got to be no more than the regular price for the buy one price. You cannot put a premium price on it and then claim that the free one is really free, because you've been paying a premium price for the buy one. All right, the meaning of regular when used with the word price. And sometimes you'll see, this is free. The regular price of this free item is X, but you want to be very sure that the price really is the legitimate price. And if you look at the first bullet there, the most recent and regular course of business for a reasonably substantial period of time, say 30-day period. So a regular price has to be a legitimate regular price, not an inflated one. That's really the idea here. When you use regular in terms of price, you need to make sure it's legitimate. Also, an introductory offer. And this one you see a lot online, particularly with webinars, that sort of thing, where we offer a free bonus with the introduction of a new product. And the idea, of course, if you look at the second bullet there, the bonus product sweetens the pot for free. So you're getting a free bonus product and you're paying for a new product that's being advertised and promoted on a webinar, for example. But the free bonus offer should really be discontinued after a time, because it shouldn't be a regular offer. It should be discontinued, the free bonus. And the bonus product or service should be priced at the same price as the one promoted for free. So it should be a legitimate offer there. And then finally, the disclosure of conditions, because sometimes the offer can be made as free, but there's a reasonable explanation for maybe shipping and handling is not free. So there has to be a disclosure that the purchase price is free, but you pay a small price for shipping and handling, that sort of thing. So the idea is that the disclosure of these conditions needs to be conspicuous. And you see in the yellow type here that it should be in close conjunction or close to where the free offer is made. And generally speaking, an asterisk linking to a footnote is not sufficient. Now, I'm going to say that...
Chip, we're behind in slides again. We still see meaning. Now we go. Now it says disclosure of conditions.
That's where I am.
Okay. It just changed just now.
All right. So again, we're talking about the classic example would be free offer, meaning no purchase price, but there is a small charge for shipping and handling, which of course means that the total offer is really not free if you're having to pay something for it. So you can offer it for free as long as you conspicuously describe the fact that there is a charge for shipping and handling, right? That's the idea. And the point of the matter here is that the disclosures or the conditions need to be conspicuous. They need to be located very close to the free offer. And the second bullet here says, according to the FTC, that an asterisk which links the free offer to the footnote or the condition is not sufficient. And I see a lot of large companies advertising on television, advertising online, that will have an asterisk, from the offer linking to the disclosure. So it's used a lot by a lot of big time advertising companies, but the FTC says in this particular case it's not sufficient. But I'm not aware of any cases being brought against the companies who do it. And so going back to the Acquinity Interactive case, you remember that they were making certain types of free offers and they had disclaimers and conditions, but they were not conspicuous enough. If they had been more conspicuous, then Acquinity Interactive might have been able to not be the victim of an enforcement action by the Federal Trade Commission. So this really concludes the main part of the presentation, except for these takeaways, which we begin with that general rule we talked about at the very beginning. If it's advertised for free, don't charge for it. If you do, there's got to be some explanations of the conditions, and that explanation needs to be very conspicuous. The use of the term free can apply to a number of different types of offers, and you see there in the second bullet, buy one, get one, when regular is used with price, and for introductory offers where there's a free bonus to sweeten the pot for a new item that's being charged for. And again, the disclosure should be very conspicuous. And then finally, the FTC guide concerning the use of free is included with the replay video, which, as I mentioned, is a new feature that we've just added to our replay videos this month, the month of August. So the tags that we're going to have here, pretty simple: free, price, BOGO, buy one, get one, and bonus. So I'm going to kill this set of slides, and I'm going to, hopefully you can see me now.
Yeah, but you're really blurry, Chip.
Okay, well, I apologize.
So, yeah, well, I mean,
I can do about that. Okay.
If you show your slides, we can see you better.
Okay. You want me to go back?
Yeah, because you're more visual. You can see it better if you show the slides. You're not blurry.
Here we go.
Yeah, just you look better there.
All right.
All right. So the first question I'm going to do is for Keith. Keith, I will look into this. I will get with Jessica. Is this the same email address that you used to send to support? It says homeline@Hotmail or what? Is that the same email address? Hotmail email addresses. I know when we reply to Hotmail, sometimes it didn't get through unless you've got it white. What do you call it? White listed or whatever. Because we have a lot of people who complain that they don't get our emails from Hotmail. So make sure that you've got it white listed or whatever that's called. And I will check with Jessica. The thing that will help me is send another email to support whatever your question is, whatever your specific question is. Just make it cut to the chase. What's your specific question? And send it to support at ftcguardian.com, and I'll take a look in tomorrow morning and then follow up with Jessica. That's the only thing I can say. Then I will take a look at it. All right. You reply to something marketing. So this isn't the same email address. Well, shit. Again, just send an email to support with what your specific question is, and I'll take a look at it in the morning when I see it, and then I'll follow up with Jessica. But if for any reason it's going to Hotmail, then it's probably going to a spam filter or something. Anyway, or even if it's being forwarded, if you've got Hotmail set up as a forward to a Hotmail, or that whatever this other is, marketing tip group as a forwarding, it's going to your spam folder somewhere. Okay. What are the questions? Free book. The main question that people are asking, and we are doing this as well, but I think the main thing is making sure that it's not out of line with what shipping and handling should be. People are asking about the free book plus shipping and handling. We have those offers as well on FTC Guardian. Our shipping and handling is $7.95 or 97 cents, something like that. What do you think about that, Chip?
Well, first of all, if you're doing a PDF download, which we do on our webinars, for example, it's free. And we say in one of the webinar slides that I was working on over the weekend that it's a free copy, free download. Now, technically, I guess you could argue it's not free because someone has to purchase a computer and they have to be online, that sort of thing. But I think most of us would agree that if you're just downloading something digitally and you say it's free, as long as there's no actual charge for it. Then when you get to shipping and handling, you just need to be very, very careful to have that shipping and handling very close to the free. Don't distance it. Don't separate it out. I mean, usually it's right up there with the free offer, free plus S&H, free plus shipping and handling, parens $7.97, that sort of thing. So as long as you indicate it very, very close without some asterisk that you have to look for it, then I think you're going to be just fine.
Yep. Another one is from Maria about the a dollar item. And I think, again, it's one of those things that you just have to make sure you totally disclose, get this for $1 and get the monthly club. This is for $1 shave club.
Yeah, it's just kind of be conspicuous.
You don't want to hide any of it. And a good thing is like you have to make sure that they have to tick the box that they want that. Right? Then they took the action to tick the box. I really believe that the pre-tick box, if you did $1 plus $27, $27 a month or whatever that is, and you auto tick that box, that's where you're going to get into trouble.
Yeah.
If you make them tick the box, then I think you're fine because they had to tick it to get it. They got this offer for the $1 or for whatever it was, and then they ticked the box for the upgrade. It's no different than the upsell where you say, you buy this for X, and then all of a sudden the next video you see it's an one-time offer video, and you just say yes or no, right? If you have to tick the box by clicking yes to add it to your to check out, right? And when you click yes, it's automatically charged. It's just done automatically. Same type of thing. You have to make people actually do something, and I think you're okay that way.
I run into that problem on Facebook frequently, where I'll buy something like cat food, where they know that you're going to use it up, the cats eat it up, and you buy another bag next month, right? So I'll go in there with a one-click, or I'll go to the shopping cart, and it'll be pre-clicked. Why don't you just get a special offer, where we'll just renew this for every month. We'll just send you a new package every month, and you have to unclick it and go, no, just send me this one. If I like it, I'll buy some more. The pre-checked or click box is a very bad idea. Yep,
absolutely. All right, that's about it. We don't want to see. Oh, here's what plus it's common for free short time. Yeah. People are using that. You get free for 13 days, and on the 14th day you get charged. Yep, that's a very recurring. I think a lot of people have gotten away from the free for the first, let's say 13 days, free for 13 days, and then you get charged on the 14th day. A lot of people will say $1 for 14 days or whatever that is, and then you get charged for 13 days, and on the 14th day you get charged. Two things for two reasons, actually. One, I think it's an FTC compliance thing because it makes it easier to say, well, if they submitted to paying for this. And the other side is from a credit card side, you got billed for $1. I've got a credit card that I know is confirmed, where if I said it was $0 and then we charge you on the 14th day, we bill you X, it's hard to get a credit card company to to bill that. Where if I got a check for for $1, then I know it's been billed. That credit card number is a correct credit card number, and it works. So I see it from both sides. I've done both. So always asking for $1 up front is just an easier way to go. Does their I'm reading. Does their providing their email via the opt-in indicate that they are actually paying for this? The main reason for the free book, etc., is it to get their email address? I don't understand the question. Does their providing their email address via an opt-in indicate they are actually paying for it as the main reason for the free book?
Their personal information is not free.
Yeah.
The Acquinity case made that very, very clear.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you properly disclose it, then it's okay, right? I mean, it's free of charge, but you also need to provide certain information. I mean, if there's a disclosure that's conspicuous, then I think you're fine. It's very similar. In fact, it's conceptually identical to free, but we charge you for shipping and handling.
Yeah.
Right? This item is free, but you have to give up some information along the way, right? Same idea. So as long as you disclose it the way you would disclose shipping and handling for a so-called free item, then I think you're fine.
Yep. All right. Just yesterday, I took a screenshot of wanting to purchase in Pixio and unchecked the recurring. There you go. Went to PayPal to purchase, and after approving the purchase, said it was a recurring charge. Yeah, that. The strange thing is I'm sure that's not whoever you purchased it from. It's probably not totally their fault, because when you're linking to shopping carts and they're linking to PayPal, I mean, there's some technology involved to make sure. I'm sure they linked it. I'm sure they auto-clicked it, which they shouldn't be doing. But when they unclicked it, they've got a programming issue that didn't tell PayPal not to auto-renew. And you have to have some technology skills in order to do that, because they're trying to go from a checkout page to PayPal's billing process, and you got to have some skills to make sure that works. So you're going to have to just deal with whoever that is, or tell PayPal. PayPal is really good about turning those things off, but that's I can see that as a problem. If somebody doesn't really have some skills in order to make that happen, especially if you're going through PayPal, it's difficult. So that's all I see.
That's okay. All right. So before we sign off, I just want to say that the first Hangout next month, September, it's going to be somewhat interesting. You may be aware that the Federal Trade Commission entered into a consent judgment with Facebook very recently for $5 billion, right? Which is the record-setting settlement of all time. And we're going to go into that. But the thing that you really need to be aware of is that one of the parts of this settlement is going to flow down to people who are advertising on the Facebook platform, right? So one of these settlement points that Facebook agreed to may affect you if you're actually advertising on the platform. So we're going to explain the settlement briefly, but we're going to focus primarily on how it might affect you as an advertiser on Facebook. So if you have if you're doing advertising on Facebook or plan to be doing it, you really should attend this one to make sure that you're up to speed on what may be happening here very soon. All right. Anything else, Alan? Do you have anything else?
Nope, that's it. We're good.
All right. Very well. Thank you for attending. Have a very pleasant evening, everyone.
Thank you.